Hi there guys, quick video here on The Miz. The Miz went from being one of the hottest stars on SmackDown Live to getting lost in the shuffle on WWE Raw. So what went wrong with his babyface run? WWE's highly questionable booking lately has plagued almost the entire roster, and The Miz has unfortunately been no exception. Despite always having been a natural heel, Miz tested the waters for a face turn when he aligned with Shane McMahon at the onset of 2019 and targeted the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Although he flourished as a fan favourite almost immediately, it was more a question of whether his popularity would last. Shockingly enough, Miz ended up exceeding all expectations in the role and became a breakout babyface on SmackDown Live. Soon after Shane turned on him, the Awesome One cut some of the best promos of his career and gradually got more and more over with the audience by the week. Miz has always cut good promos. I wouldn't necessarily say though that he got more and more over with the audience. The only time he truly had like a great ovation was during, was it Fastlane, the night Shane turned on him. And that was because it was in Miz's hometown. Other than that, his reactions have been a lot quieter than what that what that paragraph said. By the way, this is an article from Daily DDT. It would have been easy for him to get overshadowed due to Kofi Kingston being such a hot commodity on the road to WrestleMania 35, but that wasn't the case whatsoever. I'm not agreeing with this part of the article at the moment. Thanks to his newfound intensity on the mic and in the ring, he was firing on all cylinders heading into his Falls Count Anywhere match with Shane at WrestleMania 35. Then came the show of shows, where Miz lost to Shane in fluky fashion. Worse yet, Miz didn't even look credible in defeat. Instead, he came across like a fool for allowing Shane to beat him in the way he did. That was the beginning of the end for the Cleveland native as a babyface. For the third consecutive year, Miz switched shows. In the 2019 Superstar Shake-Up and was sent packing to Raw in April. The move was obviously done so he could continue promoting his Miz and Mrs. reality show on USA Network, but it was a mistake to put him on a brand that was already stockpiled with star power. He then resumed his rivalry with Shane a few weeks removed from WrestleMania, which was great news for Miz because it meant he could get his win back over him. Their rivalry didn't get any more interesting during the month of May or at Money in the Bank, where Super Shane reigned supreme in their steel cage match. That was again through like fluky fashion. Yeah, it was another defeat for Miz. That all but sealed Miz's fate as a directionless loser on Monday nights, with WWE not seemingly having any plans for him to avenge his embarrassing losses to the McMahon family. So that's on in the near future. We have been left to wonder what could have been if his babyface run had been handled better. One of the biggest reasons why a portion of the fans were so hesitant to see Miz turn face in the first place was because of how we have been down this path before and how it wasn't exactly amazing the last time. When he resorted to portraying a good guy in late 2012, it was a necessary change for his character since he was getting cheered by crowds anyway. However, WWE turned him to abruptly, failed to flesh out his new persona and just had him host Miz TV more often than not. Sadly, not only has he been suffering from the same problem in recent weeks, none of his Miz TV segments have made for compelling programming whatsoever. It doesn't help that he was unceremoniously tossed from the 50-man battle royal this past Friday like any other jabroni. First and foremost, a little less focus on the legends such as The Undertaker and Goldberg and more on Miz would go a long way in establishing him as an important player on the show. So, turning him heel again, which they should do, would also do that. It's also criminal that it is yet to be placed in another storyline since his rivalry with Shane wrapped up a month ago. Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe and Robert Roode are all spinning their wheels at the moment, and any one of them would make fine rivals for Miz. Slotting him right back in the mid-card scene is a decent use of him, but he was well on his way to the main event earlier this year, before WWE had him return to Raw. Heck, he could have even rekindled his rivalry with Daniel Bryan, this time the roles were reversed. No matter how you slice it, WWE butchered babyface Miz and somehow managed to ruin any momentum he once had. He can still be salvaged if they play their cards right and treat him like the top talent he is, but it may not be long before he cools off completely if no effort is made to make him relevant again. Some aspects of this article I do agree with, but quite a lot of it I didn't, especially like when it comes to his reactions that he was getting at the start of the turn. As I said earlier, the only really big babyface reaction he got was in his hometown, and that was the night Shane turned on him. Other than that, reactions have been a bit more subdued. That they do seem to be getting quieter. I do think that is down to WWE not having anything for him to do, and the fact that Miz is constantly losing as a babyface. He is a natural heel. He should just go back to being a heel. That's my opinion on the Miz. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, then hit the like, subscribe and don't forget to share, and I'll see you next time.